So if you haven't seen my blog at the Pop Out Show with Kendrick, go check that out. But some of y'all tell me that I missed some of the disses and some of the context that was going on in that show. I was just hyped. So I was pointed towards this video, every shot Kendrick took at the Drake Pop Out concert. I kind of was not paying attention to that shit besides the diss track. So let's get into it.
In 2011, the West Coast came together to pass the torch to Kendrick. And 13 years later, Kendrick brought it full circle and brought out every West Coast legend to dance on Drake's grave and cement him as the king of the coast. Even getting Dr. Dre to kick off his first of many performances of Not Like Us.
Legendary moment.
I see big people.
This line just didn't really age so well. The point of this was to show how much culture and heritage Kendrick comes from, and the legacy that he's continuing. And nothing proves that he's the king of the West Coast more than his ability to bring every West Coast artist, from Tyler to Steve Lacy to YG to Roddy Ricch to all the original members of Black Hippie to a single show at the Forum, including West Coast basketball stars like LeBron, Russ, DeMar DeRozan, and DeMar was on Toronto's Raptors, Drake's hometown team, but came home to Cali, as Kendrick said on Not Like Us. It's to show how him being the king of the West Coast means a lot more in hip-hop.
You know what's crazy? Shout out to, hold on, Pearl Fountain. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't connect the DeRozan being there with that bar. Y'all gotta understand, bro. Being there personally, like being there, you just get caught up in the vapors. Huh? I missed that whole DeRozan thing. That actually is DeRozan being there after he said that. That's a statement. That is a statement. Oh, snap. By the way, my single, See You at the Top, is dropping next week. Or, I mean, this week. What is today? Monday? This week. Stay tuned.
Drake's hometown team, but came home to Cali, as Kendrick said on Not Like Us. It's to show how him being the king of the West Coast means a lot more in hip-hop and in hip-hop culture than Drake being the god of the six. And it was a show that was really a history lesson about LA from the very beginning. A way to unite the city, to heal it from the tragedies of losing Kobe, Nipsey, and many others.
We done lost a lot of homies to this music shit. A lot of homies to some street shit. Unity from east side of motherfucking LA. Crips, clubs, power rules. This shit is special, man.
Shining hope on the West Coast future with inspiration from its past.
I'm gonna keep it real, bro. Like, shout out to everybody who's doing these videos and breaking down this moment and showing the importance of this moment. I feel like sometimes I look back at the past of hip hop, right? And it was all documented. Like, a lot of that was documented through the Double XLs, through the Source, through the Vibe magazines. But I low-key sometimes wish some of us, like whether it's some of the reactors, some of these people who do these breakdown videos, the Luistas of the world, I wish we was around during, like, before, you know what I mean? So, because before we only got one skew, and that's from the media. The media that's hired by, and has, you know, favors with some of these labels and stuff, and we still get that with some of these people. But now we have a very DIY, anybody who really can put together a good video, do good research, can have a voice. So we get a bunch of different angles of these moments broken down. That's why I think it's important to react to these and keep pushing this, because this is dope. And by the way, I saw that Montana 300 did a Not Like Us freestyle. Y'all told me to do that. And I also saw Central C drop the song. Which reaction do you want to see first? Put it in the comment section. The Central C song or the Montana 300. Now, just put that.
Unity from east side of motherfucking LA. Crips, clubs, power.
It's about
rules.
unity.
Special, man.
Shining hope on the West Coast future with inspiration from its past, using moments like news samples before Tommy the Clown's performance.
Our first story looks at how the city of Los Angeles is taking a different approach to gangs in the hot summer season.
Samples that talk about his influence in LA through gangs. Responsible for inventing crumping, he had a huge impact on.
Yeah, it's really weird to me that niggas didn't know who he was. Because I was like, wait a minute. Because there's niggas that are my age that didn't know who he was. I was like, you a liar. You a goddamn liar. You don't remember Stomp the Yard era? You Got Served? You don't remember all the... That was him. That's Crumpin'. Some of y'all was trying to act. I was like, nah, nigga. I remember when we was in football practice and niggas was hitting the... You feel me? Stop it, bro.
And the hot summer season.
Samples that talk about his influence in LA through dance. Responsible for inventing crumping, he had a huge impact on lowering crime and violence and being an inspiration and hope for the youth. Like he said, it was about healing and bringing everyone together a lot more than it was about any back and forth disses. But Drake happened to be the common enemy that let that unity happen, letting Kendrick basically film a whole music video for the song right on stage, full of the legends who performed and brought them to the show. Like if he uses this for the music video after this, I would not be surprised. Turning the Drake beef into such a special moment for the coast was a great way to put a bow on the whole feud and turn it into something positive. But tonight was still a show full of subtle and direct disses towards Drake's attempts at colonizing West Coast and American rap culture. First off, he did the show on Juneteenth, after calling out Drake for rapping about Kendrick trying to free the slaves through his music. This photo of everyone on stage.
And I also gotta say this because there's this narrative that people are going around and being like, Kendrick Lamar is milking this. And I don't bro, I'm gonna keep it tall. Kendrick Lamar has said the least between Drake and Kendrick in this battle, in this beef. He has said the least. He doesn't even have the social media posts. And I understand that it's a lot of people who are salty that their favorite rapper lost. I love Drake too. You know what I mean? I still think Drake is a great artist. I think he definitely lost in this, and his character in my eyes went down a little bit just because of some of the things that was said that people have been feeling for a while. But I'm still excited for Drake to drop, and I'm still gonna be supporting Drake. But this isn't milking. We live in an era where niggas get salty and say that a rapper doing a one show and one music video is milking. Doing a music video to the biggest song of the summer is apparently milking it. But when Meek Mill was getting beat down, none of y'all came to that nigga's defense. I was enjoying the memes. You was enjoying the memes. Ain't nobody come to... And boy, was that milked, nigga. We had McDonald's making posts about... That was milked. You feel me? But I still don't think Drake milked it. Like, if you're an artist and you win a battle, do your victory lap, nigga. That's what you're supposed to do, bro. Especially when you battle.
He did the show on Juneteenth.
Especially when niggas ask you to drop. Niggas begged for this.
After calling out Drake for rapping about Kendrick trying to free the slaves through his music. This photo of everyone on stage was put under a black and white filter and projected, and Kendrick made a point out of stopping to take the picture, making me think in a way he's calling back to the To Pimp a Butterfly album cover, which had this dead white guy at the bottom, kind of saying that this is Drake and this is the West Coast right now. During his performance, he called out Drake for using AI Snoop and Pac on tailor-made freestyle, saying,
"Oh, so y'all ain't gonna let nobody disrespect the West Coast, huh? Oh, y'all ain't gonna let nobody mock and imitate our legends, huh?"
He also changed the line in Euphoria to say,
"Give me Tupac ring back and I might give you a little respect."
Referencing the Pac ring that he showed off in the Family Matters music video. He played all the disses except for Meet the Grams, which was sad because I wanted to see how LeBron would react to Hey LeBron, Keep the Family Away, and the second half of 616.
I also think Meet the Grams he didn't need to do, because Meet the Grams doesn't have that energy, that euphoria, or it wasn't just a night of doing songs that diss Drake, even though he did damn near every song that he ever had, subliminal or non-subliminal, that diss Drake. But I would say that song is slower, it's more methodical. The energy in there, it still would have went up, but the energy in there, I could get why he didn't do that one.
Sad because I wanted to see how LeBron would react to Hey LeBron, Keep the Family Away, and the second half of 616 in LA, which was sad because I wanted to see how Ak would react to I Could See the Vibes on Ak, even he looking compromised. Kendrick also used the set list to rework songs from Damn, specifically DNA and Element, as Drake disses, playing them right after opening with Euphoria.
They're not reworked. See, you messed up there. They're not reworked as Drake disses. They were always Drake disses. It's just for some reason people didn't peep that. Go back before this battle and go watch my breakdown of all this shit. I've been said this, bro. The niggas knew. We've always known them shits was Drake disses, Big Sean shots in there. Kendrick is the Cold War king.
And Element as Drake disses, playing them right after opening with Euphoria and emphasizing the parts that could be directed at Drake. But the disses came way before Kendrick even came on. Right before Mustard's set, we got James Brown's song, The Payback, the song Kendrick samples on King Kunta, which he performed later in the night, notably sampling the line,
I can dig rapping,
which Kendrick follows with one of his first Drake disses ever.
but a rapper with a
out the intro to Mustard's set.
They try to replicate the slang and act like it came from their brain.
Directly referencing Drake, something Mustard backed up in his set by playing Juvenile's 1998 classic Back That Ass Up, which Drake sampled on his song Practice.
On your bag, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm a big time nigga, yeah.
I don't know how much that was a shot at Drake. I think maybe it was weird that he did back that ass up though. It was really random. I do remember that because he was playing as like, where does Juvenile Back That Ass Up come from? That was random.
The intro
so maybe it was a little shot.
The Mustard set also included the first reference to the beef.
The real takeaway from the Drake and Kendrick beef was that it's time for a DJ Mustard renaissance.
Sampling this TikTok, where this girl said what needed to happen after the beef was a renaissance of DJ Mustard.
Facts.
In other words, a renaissance of West Coast sound and West Coast hits.
When every song on the radio was on a Mustard beat, we were a proper country. It was happier times, the closest we have ever been to true unity.
She made a pretty good analysis there, because I feel like this show is going to be the reason that West Coast hits are going to be back on the radio for years to come, with Not Like Us hitting 2 million units sold tonight. During Mustard's set, he brought out YG, even though Drake name dropped
Not Like Us went double plat. A million is, God damn.
him as being one of his ties to the streets on Family Matters.
You know who really bang a set, my nigga YG.
Drake was
YG
listing
was
off
in
The
blow
Game,
up,
Chris
dude.
Brown, YG as his connects in LA that would keep him safe. And YG coming out in the show and then coming back out for Not Like Us shows that if that was ever true, it's just not anymore. I think it's also interesting that he brought Tyler out, when, if you remember, Tyler brought Drake out in an LA festival, and Drake got booed for half the set. The show was also partly produced by Dave Free, showing that despite the rumors that Drake tried to spread in Family Matters, Kendrick still stands by his childhood
wife
friend.
was there
And let's
too.
be
Whitney
honest,
was there.
if Drake tried to do a show like this in the 6, he'd have to bring out Toronto All-Stars like Smiley, Sheen from Jimmy Neutron, the dude from Wagwan Delilah. He could bring out Nav and The Weeknd if he wasn't also beefing with him. I really want to see him try and sell tickets to some shit like that. Let me know what I missed down below, and as always, subscribe for quick, straightforward analysis of music, videos, and concerts from your favorite artists.
Man, shout out to this nigga if you want. He does great videos. Subscribe to Pearl Fountain. I will say one thing you missed was Whitney being there and so prominently rapping the diss track back. I think those were shots. Man, great video. They Not Like Us music video dropping. My birthday's today too. I waited all the way to the end of the video so the people who are saying happy birthday in the comment section, y'all the real ones who watched it to the end. I love y'all. Let's go.